As I was delayed on hitting live there. I apologize for the short intro, but how's it going, everybody? It's Thursday night, and that can mean only one thing. It's time for another episode of Two Separate Heads. I am your host, the Metal Mennonite, and with me, as he is every week, the guy who draws that stuff that haunts your nightmares, Mr. Steve McGinnis. How's it going, buddy?
Really good, man. How's it going with you?
Good. It's been a long week for everybody. You've been busy drawing away as always. What do you got going on right now, Steve?
I am lettering the final pages of the Terrifier 3 book. So all you Terrifier graphic novel fans, I'm lettering the final pages. The cover's done. It's going to be over 100 pages of like pure gore and blood. Added a few scenes in there that weren't in the movie, so check it out. There should be an announcement soon.
And you're going to be somewhere this weekend?
Yes, in Ayr, Ontario, showing off the Rise of the Harvester.
Nice.
Yes, stoked about that.
If you haven't seen Steve's stuff, go over to his Facebook page. Check out his website. Steve Horror Illustrations.
Yes.
Yeah, great stuff over there. Pick up a copy of The Harvester. Pick up a copy of Terrifier. You know you want to. It's just good stuff, man. Lots been going on this week. You've been drawn away. I was at a couple concerts last week, so we kind of delayed a week. But we'll get to that a little bit later in our Metal Minute. Guest announcement. We're hoping to have John Russo in September. So original co-writer and director of the original Night of the Living Dead. We're trying to work on a date for that one right now. And confirmed October 12th, we will have Mr. Courtney Gaines. So you're going to want to tune in for that one. Nice. Children of the Corn. Recently, Wrath of Becky. So many great non-horror related movies. Colors, one of my favorite movies from the 80s with Robert Duvall and Sean Penn. Fantastic movie.
That's the police one, right?
Yeah. He was in the Burbs. The guy's in everything. He's got a new album coming out, so we're going to talk about that as well too. Yeah,
you were saying he played with Fish and everything.
Yeah. He's played with a bunch of guys, so it should be a fun conversation with him to talk some horror movies and talk some music. But make sure you don't miss that one. And this week we thought, it's about time we paid homage to the females in the horror genre, because I mean, for so many years they've evolved. They've evolved from being the victims to being, the scream queens, the final girls, and even the femme fatales.
Yeah. So. Yeah, you're right. Like a long time ago, comic books, it's always the woman getting rescued. And then all of a sudden the horror movies started having the final girl and, Sigourney Weaver and Alien, like killing the alien and all that. Like all of a sudden the roles were starting to reverse.
Didn't start with like the old Dracula movies, and he always saved, right? Was that turning to the girl?
Well, yeah, the girls were always usually in need of rescue. A lot of fables were told. So, horror genre was one of the first to step to the forefront and make the girls not only the final girls, but sometimes the killers, sometimes the femme fatale. And we got a great list for you. We want to hear yours. If you have a favorite scream queen or final girl or femme fatale, throw it in the comments, and we'd love to hear from you. But stick around for our news later and our Metal Minute, because we got some great stuff to talk about in the horror world coming our way. So let's get started here. We're going way back. We're going to go to 1925 and the silent film era. Mary Philbin was she played the female lead, Christine Day. It's French, so I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. The character's name in Phantom of the Opera, of course, Lon Chaney as the Phantom.
Oh, he was brilliant in that, eh?
Yeah. So again, kind of the hero, kind of a victim. Kind of played with both ends of the spectrum there.
When she ripped that face mask off him and he revealed the real monster face on that still haunts my nightmares.
Right? those movies they don't really get their due anymore. I remember staying up late on countless nights, and I think it was a Buffalo station used to do the Friday nights or Saturday nights. They'd show the old 1930s and 40s and 50s horror movies, and I love stuff.
Same here. You can't beat that stuff.
Yeah. We can't mention a list of ladies that led the way if we don't mention Miss Fay Wray.
Oh, yes.
1933's King Kong. She played Anne Darrow. She was recently posthumously, but she died in 2004. But in 2005, she was named to the Canadian Walk of Fame because, she's from Alberta.
Oh, wow. She's a Canuck, eh?
Yeah, she's a Canuckle.
That's cool.
Yeah. People might argue this is one of the first, scream queens. I'd be hard to argue it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Miss Janet Leigh, of course, mother of Jamie Lee. And this movie, Psycho, it was wasn't a whole lot of it was implied violence still, but we did see the blood in the tub, which was a big deal. And I read yesterday when I was investigating all this that the studio heads and the censors actually originally agreed to show one breast in the scene.
Wow.
And Hitchcock held on to the print for a while and decided to not go that route. So I think it works better without the nudity.
Yeah, you don't need that in there for that scene.
No, it's such a classic horror movie. Horror movies got so gratuitous so quickly in the 80s and all that. So
I was just gonna say that the 80s, just everybody was topless then.
Yeah. So
that jump scare.
One of the unfortunately Janet Leigh's character, she didn't make it in that movie. But this girl did. So I kind of think, she's like the original final girl, I'd say.
Marilyn Burns? Yes.
Yeah.
And you know what? She was the sweetest person. I met her at the Macabre Con about 10 years ago, maybe 11 years ago, her and Pam and Terry. And that's where I was hanging out with Gunnar as well. And she was the sweetest person ever.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love hearing stuff.
Yeah. Just a genuine, she would almost get overwhelmed. Like she was teary that people were coming up to tell her how much they loved her. You know what I mean? Like it was just so genuine. It was really nice.
Yeah. And that, I think that really changed horror films as far as the way women were seen. Women can make it to the end and they don't have to be saved and they can save themselves and they can kill the killer.
Yes.
Sometimes, this woman has had such a fantastic career. So many horror movies, over 200 credits to her name. She's been in the business for 50 years. I know she was in a movie that gave you a good scare when you were a kid because we did a list a while back about movies that scared us, and Trilogy of Terror.
Oh, shit.
Miss Karen Black, of course, Mother Firefly from House of a Thousand Corpses as well.
That's right. The voodoo doll from the Trilogy of Terror, that still haunts me.
Yeah, but she was in some great movies. She was in Burnt Offerings, Mirror Mirror, Children of the Corn 4.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, dozens of others.
Wow.
I seem to have missed a picture here. So I am going to mention her, even though I don't have the picture. Betty Davis, Scream Queen?
I don't know. Definitely frightening.
Yeah, when I was looking at this list up, I did see her on a lot of lists. She has been in some really epic horror movies. Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, Charlotte, Dead Ringer, Watcher in the Woods.
Yeah.
So she definitely has a lot of great horror movies to her credit. But I never thought of her as a scream queen.
No, because I didn't think she was a scream queen because she was usually quite evil in especially most of her later roles.
And also mentioning Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, Joan Crawford, who was in that movie as well. She ended up going on to doing quite a few horror movies as well.
And those two did not get along in that movie, eh?
Yeah, I've
Like
heard
the,
stories.
the tension and the friction, that was
Yeah.
real.
Yeah. She was in Night Gallery and directed an episode of Night Gallery in 1969. It was a series, and the episode was directed by young Steven Spielberg.
No way.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah. All right. Yeah. I make no bones about this being my all-time favorite horror movie. I think this was just one really sat with me. I still, when I get off the elevator, I pray that my room is close to the elevator because I do not like walking down creepy hotel hallways with creepy carpeting.
You do pick those rooms.
Oh, Shelley.
But Shelley Duvall, I mean, we've recently heard some of the stories about the set and the treatment she underwent under Kubrick, but fantastic actress.
Oh yeah. Felt so bad for her. Oh my god.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially after everything that's come out now. Oh my god. My heart goes out to her.
She does have a new horror movie coming out soon. We mentioned it on the show a couple weeks ago in our news segment. It's coming out in late 2023, and it's called The Forest Hills. So look for that one.
Yeah, and
Hasn't acted in a long time.
There's a few actors in there. The kid from Terminator 2's in it. In the same one. Remember the young John Connor?
Furlong?
Yes, he's in it.
Oh, nice. Yeah, no, definitely going to be keeping my eye out for that one. We're getting into, we're in the 70s here and getting close to the 80s. And this is when horror really blew up. This is when ladies really took the forefront of horror movies. And, Adrienne Barber, I didn't know she was married to John Carpenter.
Are you serious?
Yeah, so she married John Carpenter in 1979. It was in The Fog in 1980.
Wow. And Escape from New York.
Yes. Yeah, no, she was great. Swamp Thing, the 1982 Wes Craven version. She was in Creep Show and dozens of other horror movies.
Cannonball Run.
Yeah. Great actress for sure.
Oh, yeah. She's awesome, man.
This next lady, she didn't always like being attached to this movie, but she definitely embraced the fandom. She absolutely loved horror fans, and she said they were fans like no other when she got to meet them at cons. Sadly, she's no longer with us, but
Really?
Betsy Palmer.
Oh, wow. You know what? I can't think of anything else she's done. That's the thing.
Yeah, so she was she obviously played Mrs. Voorhees. I didn't find a lot of horror movies, probably because of this one. Again, she wasn't a huge fan of the finished product.
Really?
But again, she really embraced the fandom and had nothing but good things to say about horror fans. So
oh man, I would have loved to have gotten a photo op with her.
Yeah, for sure. Mentioning Friday the 13th, a couple final girls here. Of course, episode 1, we had Adrienne King. No. I don't have her name written down.
I forget her name. I know who she is.
Oh, yeah, Adrienne King. It is Adrienne King. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Amy Steele.
Nice.
Part 2. I apologize. My notes are in disarray. This is when I was starting to watch horror movies, and we could rent them, and if you were lucky, you had a VHS or a Betamax, or you had that one friend on the street that had the Betamax, and the parents would just go and rent a shitload of movies. I had no idea what we were watching.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They'd just be like, here's a stack of movies, kids. Go have fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Then you don't sleep for like a week after.
Right. Sissy Spacek.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I don't even need to say anything about Carrie.
That was
movie
brutal.
messed me up.
Mm-hmm.
That movie messed me up.
Same. That was hard, man.
That final scene with the hand.
Yes.
And you knew it was coming. Like why I rewatched it, I have no idea. But you knew it was coming, and just it got you every time.
Yeah, that was rough.
This lady, she made some of the most important horror movies of the 80s. She was in The Howling in 1981. Of course, Cujo in 1983. Critters in the mid 80s, and 25 other horror movies throughout her career.
Oh yeah, Hills Have Eyes, The Howling. Like, I did some work for Dee for her promotion material for her tables when she does like cons and stuff, and she is one of the sweetest human beings you will possibly ever meet.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she is so cool. If you ever get a chance, if she's at a con, just go meet her. She's great.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. No, you love hearing stories like that. Jump back into the 70s here because she doesn't have a whole lot of horror movies on her resume, but
oh my God. Linda Blair. Yeah.
Like, we recently lost the director.
Yeah.
William Frederick.
Yes. 88.
Fredkin.
I thought it was Frederick.
Frederick?
Yeah, I think it's that.
Fredkin, Frederick. Yeah. I didn't know he directed one of his first movies was The French Connection, which won 5 Academy Awards.
Oh, shit.
2 years later, he would give us The Exorcist.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a famous car chase scene that they were zipping through New York and crashing into shit, and it was all real. It wasn't stunts or anything like that.
87 years old though, great life. We definitely appreciate that masterpiece that he gave us in the 70s.
It is. I just watched that a few weeks ago, and it is still chilling, at least for me. Like,
my one beef with the movie, I've always had the same beef with the movie. It's about 20 minutes too long. Maybe
so?
I think there's some stuff they could be cut out of it to have it flow a little better, and I think it would be a little more rewatchable for a younger generation.
Yeah. Because there's a few different cuts of that now too. There's the one with the spider walk, and where they've added stuff, and
we mentioned Janet Leigh earlier. Being one of the first, if not the first, scream queen. But her daughter, took that and just ran with it.
Jamie Lee, she is undoubtedly the scream queen.
Yeah, I mean, Halloween, Prom Night, The Fog,
you name it, and she was in it in the 80s, eh?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Did you see Everything Everywhere All at Once?
No,
I haven't watched yet either. But she apparently she was nominated. I'm not sure if she won or not, but I know she was nominated.
I'm not sure. I know the movie itself,
which was long overdue for sure for her to be recognized for sure.
Yeah.
You mentioned this one at the top of the show. Not many more badass women in film.
Sigourney. I love her. She is so cool.
Of course, Alien franchise, which you can argue sci-fi horror, whatever. We're not going to get into that whole thing, but definitely creepy for sure. She was in The Village.
That's right.
Night Shyamalan's The Village, and I always forget because
Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah, she was at the end of Cabin in the Woods.
That's right. Where she was explaining it to the stoner and the final girl.
Yeah.
And then the werewolf ate her.
Hopefully I get a chance maybe to host this girl's panel, because I'm pretty sure she's coming to Frightmare or Hamilton Con.
Is it this Hamilton Con? Danielle?
Yeah, I think it's Hamilton Con. Yeah, Danielle Harris. Of course, I'm talking about Halloween 4, Return of Michael Myers, also Part 5. Shiver. That's a movie I forgot about. 2012.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah. Hatchet 2 and 3.
Rob Zombie's Halloweens,
and you can't forget The Last Boy Scout. Not a
horror movie. Yes.
Not a horror movie, but gotta mention it.
Remember the mouth on her and that?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was great. Yeah. Moving on here. Talk about movies that messed you up.
Oh my God.
Felissa Rose, you mentioned how great meeting some of these ladies have been. Felissa Rose, she was so fucking cool. I got to meet her with my daughter, and she knew of her, but I don't think she'd actually seen the film. But we had a great time hanging out with her. Got to co-host her panel. Sleepaway Camp, Silent Night, Zombie Night, Camp Dread, Mr. Crowley, Terrifier 2. Like, she's credits. Like, this girl has just pumped out great horror movie after great horror movie.
So you haven't traumatized your children with Sleepaway Camp yet?
No, because I didn't want them talking to their friends about it and then them mentioning it to their parents, and then that's gonna be awful.
And then there's knocks on the door.
That's gonna be
that ending though, the noise she was making and everything. Oh my god, that was crazy.
Yeah, and so obviously there was talk about putting a prosthetic over her and all kinds of ideas like that and what they were going to do because she was young.
Yes.
But doing her panel, we ended up finding out that it was actually, I think the kid was, he was like 18 or 19 years old, a young man. And so he was the one, and then they ended up going the mask route and just covering his face up. So that's who we saw at the end there. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That was a good mask.
Yeah, it was freaky. It was freaky.
Wow. Yeah, that noise when she was doing that face, she was making that weird noise. Oh my god, I watched that way too young.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. I just love everything this next girl's in. She started young, was in some great horror movies. She had a small role in Scream, the original, and Santa Clarita Diet. I mean, horror. It was fun though. I liked it. I just love Drew Barrymore so much.
Yeah, she's great.
How you doing, Will? Thanks for tuning in, buddy.
Yeah, Firestarter. Remember that? Wow.
We are talking Final Girls, Femme Fatales, and Scream Queens. If you got a favorite, we'd love to hear about it. We're about halfway through our list here. This next girl, talking about women, like Felissa Rose, who I know produces a lot of horror movies as well. This girl, she just, again, horror movie after horror movie after horror movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Leanna Quigley, Silent Night, Deadly Night with Felissa Rose. She was in that. Of course, Return of the Living Dead picture here. Night of the Demons. Man, I haven't seen that in so long.
Oh man, yeah. God, it's probably been like 25 years since I've seen that.
Pumpkinhead 2. I didn't realize she was in that.
Really?
And who could forget Sorority Babes in the Slimeball Bolorama and Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers?
I miss those.
Classics. So I don't know. It's such a guilty pleasure. I love watching those horrible horror movies, man. They're just so fantastically awesome.
I'd love to be at the pitch meeting with that one, eh?
Right.
Like the chainsaw hooker one and everything. Okay, we have hookers and they have chainsaws. And the guy's like, sold.
Yeah, sold American. Heather Langdon Camp, she was thrust into the spotlight, of course, being one of the faces of the Nightmare on Elm Street guys, along with Mr. Freddy Krueger there. And she was also in the Hellraiser movie that we don't talk about.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And you know what? She was just on a Netflix series, The Midnight Club.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I loved, we talked about it on the show. I'm not sure if you ended up going and watching it afterwards. I believe it was called Cottonmouth. It was a horror short. You can find it on YouTube. She stars in that. It's about 5 to 10 minutes long. It was really good. I really enjoyed it.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Cottonmouth with a K, I believe.
Really?
Next up, we have Naomi Watts,
Nice.
Children of the Corn 4, The Ring, Goodnight Mommy.
Ooh, that was brutal.
Yeah.
That really played with your mind, eh? Goodnight, Mommy.
Right?
Wow.
Yeah. No, that was great. She's one of those women that they're just great in everything,
Yeah.
Liv Tyler. again, I think I'm missing a couple pictures here, so I don't want to not mention them. Yeah, I think I'm missing the pictures, but before we get to Miss Liv Tyler, Shawnee Smith from Saw franchise, of course, and she was in Blob remake.
That's right.
Yeah, with Kevin Dillon.
That's right. With the really
I just
bad
watched it a
mullet.
couple months ago.
you
It's so
serious?
I love that movie so much.
Man, his puffy mullet is like unbelievable, eh? There must have been like a hairspray budget for that one.
And she was also in The Grudge 3, which I didn't realize there was.
I didn't even know there was a Grudge 3.
As you see behind me, this girl, we're going to be getting up to her in a second. So many women from that franchise. But before we get to her, Liv Tyler, Scream Queen?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Again, this is one I saw on a lot of lists, and I was like, because she really doesn't even have a lot of horror movies to her credit.
No, and they did not make out well in The Strangers.
Right. Yes, she did not.
Man, that stabbing, eh? That was way too realistic.
It was tough to watch. It was definitely tough to watch.
That was rough.
Again, this next one, she is bar none one of my absolute favorite actresses of all time. But I don't know if she's a scream queen or not.
Ooh, that's one of my favorite go-to movies too.
Yeah.
Yeah, is she a scream queen?
I don't know. Yeah, again, this is one I saw on a lot of lists, and
Really?
her horror movie resume is not very long.
Because she was a vampire in that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
don't remember her in any other horror movies.
Yeah. I will allow it, though, just because I love Selma Hayek so much.
Oh, she's awesome.
She's one of my favorite actresses for sure.
Yeah.
Getting closer to the Scream franchise, which we're going to mention a few ladies from, but what are you waiting for? Again, not a whole lot of horror movies to her credit, but I'll allow it.
Just because she's cute or what?
No, I mean, this was a pretty premier horror movie for the 90s, even though it kind of fell into that whole, Hollywood-friendly horror movie.
Yes, I know what you did last summer.
Right?
And all the pretty teens.
I'm not going to say I didn't watch them, and I'm not going to say I didn't enjoy them to a certain extent. So.
I did love Scream. I'm not a big fan. I know what you did last summer.
Yeah, it was kind of raincoat. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, how scary is that? And he had like a meat hook.
If you're from the country, maybe a little scarier. I don't know what that means. Again, Scream Queen?
I don't know. How many horror flicks has she been in?
Not a whole lot. House at the End of the Street, the remake, obviously.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if she'd be a Scream Queen.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with you.
She's cool and all, but
yeah. So sorry, the people have spoken. Oh, let's go to the comments here. Yeah, great call for sure. I will skip ahead to that one for you for sure. We had a couple others ahead, but she was great as the psycho killer. And right as I'm looking for her name here. Jesus.
She always had those helter-skelter eyes, eh?
Yeah. My low note. Either I put these pictures in wrong or my notes are all over the place. I apologize. I can't find her name. But, maybe someone will throw it in the comments.
Wasn't she in like
Rebecca Gayheart. There you go. Yeah.
Wasn't she in like Melrose Place or something too? Like she was in a lot of stuff in the early 90s.
She was definitely in a lot of stuff in the 90s for sure. A list too long to name for sure. All right, we're gonna double back here. Talking about the Scream franchise, I mean Neve Campbell, the face of the franchise. She did dirty.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Exactly what you said. She carried that franchise.
That was Rebecca Gayheart in Jawbreaker.
Really?
Yeah, no, I don't know. They really dropped the ball.
They
that
did.
whole- yeah,
I don't know what they were thinking. Like, I don't know how the series will go on without her.
yeah, right.
Because the one Scream movie, was it 5 or 6? She wasn't in it, and it just felt flat.
Yeah. Of course, sticking with the same franchise here, the only one to be in all of them because she's going to be in the upcoming one as well. Courtney Cox.
Wow. Now those bangs are scary.
Those bangs were scary. We love you, Courtney, but who the fuck signed off on that?
Exactly. Yeah. She cut her own hair before going to set that day.
That to me, that is the only explanation, and no one wanted to say anything to her because if that had been, hair and makeup or a director choice, I think someone would have stepped in and said, "What the fuck?" This girl's going to be in the next installment as well. We saw her get stabbed multiple times, but I mean, technically, I guess we didn't see her die.
Oh my god! Yeah.
Yeah, Hayden Panettiere.
Wow, I thought she would have been dead from the damage she took.
Yeah, part 4. Yeah, she got gutted pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
But I see. Look at that. There's Shawnee.
Nice.
I just had him in the wrong order. Pictured here in the blob, and of course,
she's great.
Yeah. I also liked her in Anchor Management with Charlie Sheen. That was a great show.
Really?
Yeah, that was his show after he got fired from 2.5 Men.
Too much tiger blood.
How much cocaine did Charlie Sheen do? Enough to kill 2.5 Men. Rose McGowan, Scream, Planet Terror, Death Proof. She was in the series Charmed, which I guess is technically horror related.
Yeah, they were witches, right?
Right. Yeah, I didn't watch it. I don't know, but yeah, she's badass. I'll put her on the list for sure.
Shooting someone with a assault rifle with a grenade launcher for her leg. That's awesome.
Yeah, right.
I think there's a rocket on the right-hand side of it too.
I believe you're right. Yeah. This next one, Final Destination, Resident Evil, House on Haunted Hill, Miss Ali Larder.
Nice.
Yeah. This next one, for sure, definitely a final girl and a badass final girl at that. Miss Alicia Dushku.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
From Wrong Turn and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. Soul Survivors, Wrong Turn, Open Grave, and she was on Buffy.
Oh, shit. She was the other Slayer. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got to say, I did like that show.
A lot of people did. I never watched it.
You never watched it?
No, I can't give it a fair shake because I can't say I even saw 2 consecutive seconds of it. So.
Oh my god, really? Okay, we got to get you watching that.
Who do we got next year? Oh yeah, Jessica Biel. I mean, Blade Trinity, The Tall Man, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the 2003 version.
Yeah,
great final girl for sure.
She's awesome.
Yeah, another girl who I just love in everything. She's
me
great.
too.
Talking about how badass Rose McGowan and all these ladies are, but I mean, someone's got to be on the Mount Rushmore, and I think this lady is definitely on the list for badass women in movies.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
she is awesome. Resident Evil, God, she kicks ass like crazy, eh?
Yeah, for sure. Mila Jovovich.
Damn.
This Friday the 13th, the remake, which I love. I think it's the greatest Friday the 13th movie ever made, the 2009 version. But I didn't realize how much horror stuff this girl was in. My notes are a mess. See, now I see Rebecca Gayheart. She was in Dusk Till Dawn 3, Urban Lage. She was in Santa's Slay. I remember you telling me about that movie.
Yes. Oh, shit. Yeah, she was. Holy crap.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That was Bill Goldberg as Santa.
Yeah.
The wrestler. Ooh.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm calling this one a draw. Samara Paulson?
I think so.
No. Samara something.
That was a good movie.
What's wrong with me today?
You haven't had enough monsters. That's the thing.
I don't have any monster. That's my problem.
Oh
I
my
work in the
God.
sun- I work in the sun all day, and then
If there are any monster reps out there watching or listening at the moment, please send
here we
Steve
go.
a keg
Samara
of monster.
Weaving. Samara Weaving is her name.
Oh, okay.
What's wrong with me? I think the last one. See, look at now here. Here's the page. Danielle Panabaker. She's going to be in Scream 6. She was in Friday the 13th. She was in The Crazies, the 09 version,
Oh shit.
and she was in Piranha 3D.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah,
That's a fun movie. Terrible, but fun.
yeah. Samara Weaving, The Babysitter, Ready or Not, which I love. That's a freaking great movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, another badass lady. Emma Roberts, Scream 4, Abandoned. She was in the TV show Scream Queens, which again I never saw. But I mean, she's been at the forefront of pretty much every season of American Horror Story as the main.
Yeah.
She was in Coven. She was in Freak Show. She was in Apocalypse. She was in 1984, and she's going to be in the upcoming Delicate, which we're going to talk about in the news later.
Oh wow. I think I might know why you're talking about it in the news. Is it about the writing? Is it about the writing and everything?
No.
Okay, because something came out today that they're using non-union like scab workers to get the writing and production done.
Oh shit! I didn't.
Yeah, like people are losing their minds about this.
Wow.
Yeah, they shouldn't be doing that shit.
No, definitely not. I'm a union rep, so I'm definitely on the side of not crossing the line for sure.
Exactly. Don't be a scab. Why would you do that, man?
We got a couple left here. Alexandria Daddario. Oh, I'm saying that right.
Yeah.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3D, The Attic, Bereavement, American Horror Story Hotel.
Yeah, she is super cool.
Yeah.
You know what? A lot of people dump on that Texas Chainsaw 3D, but I liked it.
Yeah.
And the old lady who gave her the house at the beginning, that's Marilyn Burns, the survivor girl from the first Texas Chainsaw.
Oh, nice.
Do you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was her writing all the stuff down for like talking about Leatherface in the basement and all that stuff. That was her.
A couple others that I don't have pictures for, and I don't know why. Just a mess today. Sarah Paulson. I mean, American Horror Story. She was in the series Ratchet. She was in Bird Box. She was in Run. Did you see Run?
No.
Run was fantastic. I love Sarah Paulson. She is absolutely great in everything.
Really?
Yeah. Vera. I'm not going to say this right. Bates Motel, The Conjuring.
Oh shit.
Farmiga.
Yeah.
Farmiga. I'm going with Farmiga.
She's awesome.
Yeah. Conjuring, Orphan, Annabelle. Yeah. Just great.
Yeah.
Who else we got here? Miss Jenna Ortega, of course, Insidious 2. She was in The Babysitter. She was in Scream 5. She's going to be in Scream 6. She was in X. She's going to be in Beetlejuice 2. And she was Wednesday Addams.
Wednesday Addams. Yep. Nice.
Other than Jenna Ortega, I mean, Sarah Paulson's been killing it for a while. I think nobody else. Oh, I want to mention Toni Collette as well, too, before we move on. I didn't realize she was in The Sixth Sense. She was nominated for an Oscar for that.
Oh, shit, because she was the mom.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. Wow. Yes, because that's right. She was in the car when the kids saw the biker who was run over. That's right.
And of course, more recently, Krampus and Hereditary, which are just great freaking movies. Hereditary a little more than Krampus.
Oh my God. That was a mind trip, eh?
Yeah. And last but not least, this lady is she's the next big thing. She has been for a few years already now, but her resume is already that of a Hollywood horror legend. And of course, I'm talking about Mia Goth.
Yes.
Cure for Wellness, X.
X.
Pearl. We got Maxine coming out. She was just in Infinity Pool, which she's pictured here.
Wasn't she in The Witch as well?
I'm not sure.
I think she was.
Yeah,
She's got a great future in horror.
Yeah, I know she is blown up for sure. So
Yeah.
look, many years of being entertained by her. That's it for the list, though. If we missed anybody, if you know somebody that is your favorite, throw it in the list or throw it in the comments. Because we're not done. We got some news to go through here, and we don't mind being interrupted because I've been all over the place already tonight. So what's the difference, right? And of course, stick around for our metal minute. But first, we got to pay some bills. Do they have a written confession signed? Are there witnesses? Do they have you on camera? None of that matters. You need to give Lobster Shark a call. They have people waiting to talk to you right now. They're just one of the best around. You don't want to mess around with some 2-bit lawyer.
Lobster Shark, attorney at law.
That's right. That's Lobster Shark, attorney at law. All right. Moving on to I don't care if it's funny for anybody anymore. I don't. Moving on to the horror news of the week. We got lots of stuff here, so we're going to try and get through this and get everybody out of here in our usual hour-ish. Mentioned American Horror Story, American Horror Stories, the 4-episode Huluween event, of course, is coming October 26th. Whoa. And if you can't wait for that, well, then season 12, Delicate, is debuting with 2 episodes on September 20th.
That's some trippy poster art.
Yeah, right. Yeah, American Horror Stories always had great intros and great graphic art, and
like their imagery is awesome.
Yeah, almost reminds me of almost like I can't even think of the guy's name now. He did a lot of metal album art in the 80s and 90s.
Oh, really? Not Pusshead?
No. I definitely want to pick this up now that I know that there is a black and white version that's going to be available on this 4K release. The Mist is coming 4K in October. Of course, there will be a color and black and white version. It'll set you back about $35 plus tax, but definitely going to be worth it. Great movie.
The brutalest ending to a movie you'll ever watch.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah. I have no patience either, so I would have been in the same boat. I mentioned earlier we lost William Friedkin, of course, director of The Exorcist, 87 years old. So rip to him, and thanks for that awesome piece of cinematic history that you left behind for us. Everybody is talking about Talk to Me.
Yes.
Did you finish it?
Not yet. I've been busting away on Terrifier, but what I've gotten into is creepy as hell.
I'm going to try and check it out this weekend. It's playing at the drive-in with Oppenheimer, so I'm going to try and check both of them out this weekend.
Wow. Brace yourself.
If you like this movie and, you want to get in on the fun, well, hey, soon you will be able to order your own little monkey paw. I guess it's kind of a monkey paw thing.
Severed hand.
Severed hand. But this is going to be available for you to buy, and go for it, man. Try it out. Get possessed for 90 seconds or longer. Who knows?
No. Why would I risk that?
Right. They've already shot a prequel to this, to Talk to Me.
Are you serious?
Yeah. They just came out and told everyone that they actually shot them back simultaneously or back to back. So there's already a prequel, and now they've already announced that there will be a sequel. So
I like this. They're doing what they did with X and everything.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So lots more to look forward to with Talk to Me. Everybody's talking about it. Halloween Horror Nights, of course, the Universal is back. The previously announced experiences, Exorcist Believer, Stranger Things 4, Chucky, Last of Us. But now, this one makes me want to go. Evil Dead Rise.
No way.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Hopefully they get some contortionists for that.
Ugh,
If you know, you know.
nasty.
Steve, I'm sorry. I have to tell you about this because I know you are definitely gonna have to break out the credit card on this one. But there's a trailer out, and you can soon order the Cushing Curiosities. This is a box set of Hammer films, 6 disc Blu-ray collection. It's going to come with Cone of Silence, Suspect, The Man Who Finally Died, Bloodsuckers, and Tender Dracula. Also going to
Tender
feature
Dracula.
15 hours of bonus features, 6 rare Sherlock Holmes BBC specials, including The Hound of Baskerville. Peter Cushing appeared in over 24 Hammer films as Baron Frankenstein and Dr. Van Helsing. If you pre-order this, you can get it for the low price of $95. But if you wait, it's going to cost you $135.
That's a deal.
Yeah, that is a pretty good deal.
Okay.
We've been getting teased a bit here with the Toxic Avenger. We got the poster here. That,
Is Trauma involved in this, or what's happening with this?
I don't know the level of involvement that Trauma has with this.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we got to look at the poster art here, and we got to first look at the Toxic Avenger here.
That looks a little too high produced to be Trauma.
Right?
Like, I'm sorry, but it does. Just
was
that
it,
one frame.
was it Kevin Smith that was originally asked, and it was like going to be like a huge Hollywood budget, for, and he's like, no, he's like, I don't know. He's like, I don't want to.
Really?
He's like, I don't want to do a big high budget version of Toxic Avenger. He's like, that's just wrong. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was a few years ago. That was a while back.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I count me interested.
But that's it, man. That's the news.
I have a little bit of news.
What's up?
If you are a wrestling fan and a horror fan, Leatherface showed up on AEW Dynamite last night. I guess AEW has the rights to the Texas Chainsaw video game, and
Wow.
Leatherface made a rare appearance, beating the holy hell out of everyone. So I don't know where they're going to go with that storyline. It's pure rubbish. But yes, Leatherface is in AEW.
Was it Andrew Borowski?
No, Leatherface was only minorly insane, not incredibly insane.
We love you, Andrew. We do. All right. That leaves us with our metal minute. And what big metal fans both of us are. I got to see my favorite band of all time somewhat this week. Fuck you to all the people out there saying, this isn't Pantera, it's a fucking tribute band. Queen still tours, all right? Queen. It's half the band, man. You got the voice, you got the bass. Would I have loved the brothers to have been there? Of course. I saw them 6 times back in the day. You will find no bigger Pantera fan than right here. I shed so much blood, sweat, and beer in those mosh pits in the 90s. It was a great time, man. And that's the one thing I want to say. Budweiser stage, not a great place for mosh pits, period. The 100 level's not great there. Long's not great. But fuck, was it ever weak? I probably would have been arrested had I gotten down there.
Really?
I probably would have been arrested. But that aside, I said to my friend in the parking lot, we saw him about 6 times together in the 90s. And I said to him as I'm watching this crowd walk in, and I'm like, we've probably seen Pantera more than 95% of these people here tonight. And at one point in the show, Phil turns to the crowd. He's like, how many of you crazy motherfuckers out there seen Pantera for? And it's like, woo. How many guys? It's your first time. The whole place just erupted, and it was packed. Like there was standing room only. It was unbelievable. It was one of the. I had a bad day that day. Anybody who knows, we put our pup to rest that morning, and then I had. get into the mindset that, to go see my favorite band. I haven't seen them in 20 years, and it's just it was a good distraction. It was
That would be an emotional roller coaster that day.
yeah, and had it been any other band, I would have called it. But having not seen them in 20 years, and we say it all the time, metal music, it's something for everyone. It's so emotional. It's so, people use, it's therapeutic.
Yes.
It really is. And I could not think of a better thing, that I could have done that night to, at least get my mind off it for, an hour or so, So, yeah, it was great. They sounded great. Of course, Charlie Benante filled in at drums from Anthrax, Zach Wild filling in a guitar for the late, great Dimebag Darrell. And he just fucking killed every single one of his solos. Phil sounded great.
He looked really healthy too,
Yeah.
which
Rex,
is good to see.
even though he looks like an old skeleton, Willie Nelson was great. We love you, Rex. He just turned 60.
Really?
Charlie Benante, as I mentioned, from Anthrax behind the drum kit there, paying tribute to the brothers there.
You notice Zach has Dime and Vinny on his vest too?
Oh, did he? Yeah,
Yeah.
Nice. Right on. Yeah, he just, like I said, I could have closed my eyes and listened, and he lit note for note his solos.
Yeah, I listened to the New Jersey one online and I couldn't believe it. Like, it was just wow.
We're
They
gonna
sounded great.
as we go out here, we're gonna play a little clip here.
That is insane.
Yeah, that crowd was it was so electric in there, man. Like I'm getting goosebumps just watching the clip, and it was only a few days ago for me. But yeah,
So
wish
jealous.
I could have caught them at Darien Lake. I wish I would have caught a couple shows now that we're close enough, because probably not going to see new music. I don't want to see new music. I don't want to hear new music from them.
No.
I'm glad they took the songs out on the road, because I know Vinny, Vinny held on to a grudge a bit, but Dime, I think, would really want the music to live on. So
Yeah. That's how they'll live on, man. Like, keep that music going.
yeah, for sure.
You notice Zach doing those cool Dime bends, those high bends he was doing when he was playing, eh?
Yeah,
It's just like Dime. Like,
Yeah.
crazy.
yeah. No, it was a great experience for sure. Glad I got to go. So if you get a chance, if you're a fan, you get a chance to catch them on this tour. They got quite a few North American dates. They just kicked off the North American tour, so lots of dates left. I know they're playing in Alberta next summer, opening for Metallica. So that's the only other Canadian date I know of. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna do my best to try and catch it again. And that's it, man. You got anything else, Steve?
Not much. This weekend, I'm a guest at the Tilsonburg comic show on Saturday, and then I'm doing an author event for Rise of the Harvester for my graphic novels on Sunday in Ayr, Ontario, at Music and Books.
Yeah, my aunt used to live in Ayr.
I did too for a couple of years.
Oh, did you? Nice.
Great little town. I'd like to get back there.
Nice little town for sure.
It is. I like that town.
We want to thank everyone who joined us, as you do every week. We love coming into your homes and talking horror with you. Like I said, we got some guests coming up. Courtney Gaines, working on John Russo, trying to agree on a date with him. Just wow. When he agreed to do the show, and it was just a logistics thing. I was like, holy fuck, John Russo, man.
I know, right?
That's awesome. So hopefully, keep our fingers crossed. But Courtney Gaines, October 12th. We've got a couple episodes in between now and then. Of course, Steve and I will both be at Frightmare in the Falls in October. I will be at Hamilton Con in late September. Might be at Fan Expo. Not sure about Fan Expo yet. It's haven't really started to pump it up yet. But if you're local, if you're Southern Ontario or Western New York or anywhere else, even close, Welland Zombie Walk, October 7th. Great charity. We collect non-perishable people and pet food items for the Hope Center and Pets Alive Niagara, two great charities. So come out, get your zombie on. It's going to be great. I'm going to give everybody a little sneak preview because we haven't even put this on the Zombie Walk page yet, but we have Screen Used, one of the emergency vehicles from Resident Evil that's going to be there this year. So
Nice.
pretty cool. A lot of other stuff happening there that we're going to be announcing in the next few weeks. So go over to Welland Zombie Walk page and give us a like, give us a follow, and keep up with us. And it's going to be a lot of fun, man. So for Mr. Steve McGinnis, for myself, for everyone who joined us, thank you. This has been another episode of Two Separate Heads, and we'll see you in a couple weeks. Peace.
Bye-bye.